Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to another Kong-rific playthrough here on EPG Plays, though of course this first episode will be going up on my main review channel just to give you folks yet another taste of what this new Let's Play channel has to offer. And today we are playing one of my absolute most favorite games of all time, Donkey Kong Country 2. Originally released on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 1995, a mere 3 days after my first birthday. That gives you an idea of how old or young I am. But we are, of course, not playing the original version. This is the Game Boy Advance remake, port, re-release, whatever the hell you want to call it, that was released in 2004. And why are we playing this version? Well, first off, I already did the SNES version on Game Maverick, so I've already done that version. Or as the Canadians might say it, I've done that version, or I'm done that version. Additionally, I feel like this version is actually, you know, not as many people play it, first off, and I feel like it's a fine way to play this game, and I'd like to show it off for you guys. And a lot of people were requesting it, too, after, because evidently, much to my surprise, lots of people really enjoyed the DKC1 playthrough. Which is obviously, you know, a good thing and everything, but, you know, I wasn't exactly expecting it to get it to be as popular or as well received as it was, so it's always good.
Whoa, dude! Come in and join me, the waves are excellent! Well, what do you think you're doing sitting around all day? They won't get much of a game out of this, will they? I thought you were supposed to be a big star. Even video game heroes get time off. I never did. Whisking off maidens and throwing barrels around 7 days a week I was. That's how I got where I am today, you know. Hard work. None of this lazing around on a beach. Why don't you go off and pester Diddy or something? Leave me in peace for once. Ha! He's off somewhere with that girlfriend of his. But still, I can see when I'm not wanted.
Little did they know that danger lurked in the skies above.
I'll make sure DK never messes up my plans again. You lot, go down to DK Island and bring that pesky primate to me. Sure, boss. No worries.
I like how all of them are clingers, but the ones that actually capture him are both cutlasses.
You are never going to see your friends or DK Island again. Look, a note! Read it, bud! Hurry, Cranky, what does it say? Give me a chance, I'm not as quick as I used to be. It says... We have got the big monkey. If you want him back, you scurvy dogs, you'll have to hand over your banana hoard. Captain Kangaroo. I thought we'd seen the last of that old rascal. Well, I suppose we'd better give him the bananas, hadn't we? After all we did to get him back last time, DK would go crazy if he lost his hoard again. This story's even worse than Donkey Kong Country's. They're really scraping the bottom of the barrel this time. Have you got any ideas how to get DK back? Let's go over to Crocodile Isle and rescue DK. I'm sure as spit not gonna do it. Not that I'm past my prime, mind you. I could still do a better job than the rest of you put together. But I wouldn't be seen dead in a game that scrolls and has bonus levels and end bosses. Wait till dawn tomorrow and we'll all go. No, we must go now. On guard will take us. We'll meet you there. Come and see us if you need any help.
And that, my friends, is the story of the game, which I took way too long to talk about in the previous playthrough. Yeah, essentially, Donkey Kong has been kidnapped by the Kremlin crew, who are now dressed more appropriately as pirates and brigands and whatnot. And, yeah, so we're actually... so in the original game, this was all the story you got. You got this ransom note from Captain K. Rool, which... I don't know, but you could possibly even miss if you didn't go into that first little door there. Excuse me. And yeah, so Captain K. Rool and the Kremlin crew have kidnapped Donkey Kong and taken him hostage to their home base, their home island, Crocodile Isle, which is one of my favorite settings in video game history. We'll talk more about those feathers later because they'll become more relevant then, but yeah, as you can see right off the bat, a lot of familiar things for those of you who have already played the first game. Control scheme is exactly the same, well, with one new addition that I'll bring up later when it also becomes relevant. Bonus rooms are back, as you can see, but this time with a little bit of a twist. So yeah, the new move I was alluding to is this, the team up move. By pressing R or select in the... No, not select. I think it was the A button in the original. You press a button, and you'll basically stand on each other's shoulders, and then you can throw the other Kong to either get to higher platforms or to defeat tougher enemies. And it is very useful ability. It's, you know, I don't really miss it in Donkey Kong Country 1 because, you know, there's nothing in the game that's really built for needing it. But, you know, still, it's nice to have it here. It's a nice addition. And up here we have yet another new thing that was introduced in this game, DK coins. Those have a special purpose in the game's story. Is there anything over there? No, I didn't think so. You'd think I'd know this by now, considering how many times I've played this game, which is never too many, because this game is fantastico, as the Spaniards would say, you know. Yeah, we're already done our first level, and yes, I am aware that I did receive some comments back from some of my Canadian viewers, basically telling me that they had no idea what I was talking about, or they've heard both. So, yeah, I'm gonna lay off the Canadian jokes. There's nothing wrong with the folks in the Great White North. The Canadians are fantastic people. And yeah, I would not want to be spreading ill-informed stereotypes about their patterns of speech. So, yeah. Yeah, so there are a lot of differences actually with this Game Boy Advance version, and you know, being a person who produces Remake or Re-Break, which I do not upload often enough, evidently. What do I mean, evidently? I know for a fact I don't. I'm just really slow at making videos. It's, you know, it takes a lot longer to make videos than you think, even short ones. So there we have our feather for the level. And yeah, and this game, even though, so I've 102%ed this game many times in both versions, but I think it's safe to say that because there's so much new stuff they added for this remake that they're, you know, like some of the new side quests they added, I'm not as familiar with as the core bonus room kind of stuff that's in both versions, you know. So if I miss something, which I inevitably will, you know, don't panic. I will make sure that we beat the game with full percentage, and that if I miss something, I will eventually go back for it. So you don't have to worry, folks. And yeah, and for all you guys know, I could be recording this pretty far in advance, so don't. So by the time you comment, I may have already gotten what you're telling me about. So, you know, of course I appreciate the help, but I'm just saying. Let's see. I'm trying to get this barrel at him because it will, yeah, get them all at once. And I can't remember if the regular barrels did that in the first game. I think they just broke whenever you hit something. and it was, I don't know. I know for a fact in DKC3, the regular barrels just shatter the moment they hit the ground. And I'm shite out of luck, and I'm already dead on the second level. That does not bode well for this playthrough. I've got to say, because, you know, I always do a practice playthrough for games, you know, because especially since I like to 100% games when I play them. And I was kind of surprised at how many times I died while playing this game, well, you know, while doing my practice playthrough. Because I don't think, like, Donkey Kong Country 2, it's not the hardest game of all time or anything, but it is a fairly challenging game, I think, and I definitely was maybe this version's harder or something, I don't know, but I died more times than I expected that I would when I did my practice playthrough, but, you know, I'm practiced up now. I'm not as rusty as I was, because I haven't played this game all the way through in a while. It's been maybe since the Game Mavericks playthrough, actually, that I've actually done a full playthrough of this game. So, hopefully I'm all set, but who knows? Alright, so up here we have some neat stuff, and we have our DK coin for the stage. And we are already done with our second level, Main Brace Mayhem, I think it's called. Pay attention to level types, or level names and whatnot, because that'll serve you well for one of the side quests. This game is bursting to the seams with side quests. And speaking of which, here we have Cranky's hut.
Come and say hello to your old grandpappy Cranky. I'm here to offer you my wealth of game-playing wisdom for a small price. Plus, I also have an extra surprise for you. Use up and down on the control pad to choose between, yeah.
Okay, so what's, so I guess I might as well show this off over here.
Try using your team throw at the start.
So, much like Cranky in Donkey Kong Country 1, you can come visit him at his hut and he'll give you little hints about the game. Except, unlike the first game where it was completely randomized and you never knew what you were gonna get, in this game, you're given hints by level, and your banana coins, you can use them to unlock the hints.
A hook, step, and jump is all you need to look for near 2 dragonflies above you.
And that's actually a hint from one of the bonus rooms. So, if you're stuck and can't figure out the bonus rooms, then Cranky Kong is the one to visit.
With my newly acquired wealth from Donkey Kong Country, I have bought this bird. With your help, I'm sure we can turn him into a champion racing bird. At the moment, he is far too small to race. We need to make him stronger. Hidden on each level is a golden feather like this one. Find these feathers and bring them back to me. You will need to find at least 4 feathers before we can race. I'll tell you more once you have the feathers.
Alright, so we'll come back and we'll see what the racing, espresso racing is all about then, but for now we gotta keep moving along. So here we have our third stage, Gangplank Galley, which is dangerously close to the name of the world. And you know, a lot of people, myself included, find it a nice touch that the first world in the game is like the last thing from the original. Last thing that happened in Donkey Kong Country 1 was you fight King K. Rool on the deck of the Gangplank Galleon, and then you start this game, and you're starting off in the Gangplank Galleon, and it's basically, in the Super Nintendo version especially, it's a nice way of you know, sort of escalating and saying that this thing that ended off the last game is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends, because you have quite the game in store for you. And you know, I do like the new intro cutscene that they added for this game, which I believe, much like the story cutscene for Donkey Kong Country 1, it is based on the original Super Nintendo manual. Like, if you go read about what the story is in the Super Nintendo manual, like, a lot of the dialogue is lifted word for word from the manual. I might be mistaken about that. Yeah, it's down here. So this is where the golden feather is in this stage. Let's see, and your team-up move is especially useful for killing these crunches, because Cruncha, he's the game's equivalent of the crushes from the first game, the big muscle-bound crocodiles. These guys have a bit of a little different twist to them. You cannot jump on them to kill them because they will just... If you try to jump on them, then it won't work. They'll get angry and then you'll just bounce off. So in this game, you've got to actually... In this game, because it was kind of a mechanic in the first game that Donkey Kong could kill certain enemies easier and Diddy Kong couldn't. And yeah, there's some hidden goodies back there if you're interested. Try to time this just right. Like, if you thought it was easy to get lives in the first game, well, it's not as easy to get them in this game, because I maxed out my lives counter by, like, the second world in the first game, but, you know, still, this game is just... Lives are scattered everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Hello, dearies. I'm Mrs. Wrinkly Kong, headmistress here at Kong College. I'm available to teach courses on how to play this game. Use up and down on the control pad.
Yeah.
Now then, how can I help you?
Alright, so... Wrinkly is kind of similar to Cranky. Cranky's hints are more level focused, like bonuses and pickups in level that you might want to look for. Whereas Wrinkly is more of your standard instruction booklet sort of fare, where she'll tell you how to do more basic actions, like for example,
to save your progress, simply press start on any world map. This will access your inventory menu. Now just press the A button to save the game.
Perfect, right? And then you got Kong family coins.
A gold coin with a bunch of bananas on it. Collect these and spend them in various Kong family locations found throughout the island.
And there's another side quest we can get, and you're gonna want to unlock this ASAP.
You want a homework project, do you? You're very good children. Well, I have the very thing. Here, take this empty book. I want you to fill it with pictures of all the strange creatures you encounter. How do you get the pictures? Well, it's simple. Just look out for any bad guys with a camera above their heads. When you defeat them, you will be awarded a picture. I've heard there are also a few cameras lying around on the levels, just waiting to be picked up. For each page you fill with pictures, I'll give you one of these strange hero coins that my husband left lying around.
Alright, so... Much like the first game on Game Boy Advance, there is a scrapbook side quest in this game, and... Yeah, it's these... The reason you're gonna want to start that off as soon as you reach Wrinkly is because, unless if you talk to her and activate the side quest, then none of the pictures will appear in the level. So, I recommend, even if you don't know if you're actually gonna finish the side quest or not, that you go talk to Wrinkly as soon as possible. And, yeah. So that you're not wasting your time, because, you know, even... You might have noticed we're back here in the first level again, and that's because there is actually a camera in this level, but you know, if you don't... You can't talk to Wrinkly before you can go to the stage, obviously, so you might miss out on this one. Good news is, there are in-game hints as to where the photos are, and I'll be sure to show that off later, but, you know. So this, as you can see, that clomp there, that's the name of the peg-legged critter, has our first camera in the game. And much like the first game, you can leave the level at any time and keep whatever you've collected. As you can see, the scrapbook is available right from the pause menu. Where is the clomp picture I just got? Ah, there we go. It's a picture of Rambi. I was expecting it to be a picture of Clomp because that's the enemy we just killed, but no, apparently. So, yeah, that's... Oh, and something else I should show off is in the original, if you wanted to look back at a hint you had already gotten, you had to go back to Wrinkly or Crankly in a specific location. Good news about this remake is that they're available right from the pause menu. So once you pay for them, they're here forever, and you can look back at them whenever you want. So if you're stuck on bonus rooms and you can't figure out where something is, and you need the help, you can basically go Did I miss the DK coin in this stage? I don't know how I... Oh, it's up at the top. Yeah, I know where this one is. Well, I guess it's a good thing I came back. And... Yeah, it's up... Okay, I know I pressed the roll button, game. You're headed the right way for a smack bottom. Yeah, how did I forget to go up here? I don't know, it must have been... I must have slipped off a platform or something. Because it should be... Actually, no, it's at the start of the stage. God damn, this does not bode well for this playthrough, which is... There are tons of things to collect in this game, my friends. It's not to the level of DKC... Actually, it kind of does approach that level of the third game, where it's just like... once you've already done everything, there's a whole bunch of other crap you gotta do, but... You know, I feel like the side quests in this game are more fun than Banana Bird, Simon Says crap. So I'm not too peeved about it myself. Right, folks, just a little bit of post-commentary here, because this first episode I wanted to get the whole world done, but that ended up taking 42 minutes. So we're splitting it down the middle here. So yeah, this was the playthrough of the Donkey Kong, or the preview for the playthrough of Donkey Kong Country 2 on Game Boy Advance. If you want to see the rest of this, you'll have to check it out on my new Let's Play channel, that's EPG Plays. Links in the description, there's a card up right now, and of course there's the end screen with a link to the channel there as well. Go ahead and check that out and maybe consider subscribing. I'm doing a promotion right now, and I'm actually changing the terms for it. When we reach 1,000 subs on the new channel, I promise I will do a playthrough of Super Metroid Redesign, and I don't know, it'll probably be a newer edition that a lot of viewers pointed out to me exists, so... but either way, it should be an interesting playthrough, so... I have a full playthrough of Donkey Kong Country 1 and Game Boy Advance already uploaded to that channel, so the first part's on main channel, but if you just go through the playlist on the Let's Play channel, you should find everything just fine. So if you're looking for something to binge, because a lot of people were, there you go. As for this series, part 2 will go up on Monday of this coming week. Until then, I'm Exio, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Take care.